I guess we can do boating? Late shift? Let's do late shift. Baxter, time to flirt with more men in front of Cove. Maybe the thing you need to go to sleep. Maybe you want to go to sleep. Girl, I want to go to sleep. Oh my gosh. But I'm already up, so we can't do anything. You can date Jeremy and XOXO droplets, but you can't date Shiloh? You're saying you can't date Shiloh. What's coming? Step 4, Derek DLC? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But you know I'm going to be playing all of it. I don't even like Derek, but you know I'm going to be playing his DLC. Like, get real, I'm playing his DLC. Yeah. I wonder what happens in the DLCs. Is it like... does it narrate... Does the narration start with, like, you broke up with Cove, it was a nasty little feud, and you have a few bruises to show for it? Like, I want to know. I want to know how it gets explained. Or maybe we just never got together. Maybe that's the easier explanation. We were just always friends. Because you can just be friends with Cove in this game and never date him, actually. Maybe that's what happens. You've got a pack for the weekend? Where are you going, sis? Baxter's the only thing that makes you want to play this game? You don't like Cove? What the hell, Makahadama? Shiloh just appears in XOXO and is annoyed by us mostly? No, that's sad. I wanted to play XOXO just to see Shiloh. Oh my god. Your favorite moment was reflection or happiness? Okay, we can save those for last then. Alright. Let's get started. We absolutely have zero chance of finishing this moment. We're barely gonna even get started with this moment, in fact. But we're gonna go however far we can. So. NJ for a wedding. I got my tux. Need other stuff for 3 days. A tux, girl. You need a dress. Oh, just kidding. After lunch, unless you want to. After lunch, you ran into Baxter. He was more than happy for an impromptu hangout in your neighborhood. He idly spoke about the first time he bought a shirt online. What? Apparently, the website hadn't been in English, so he had to make do with automatic online translations. Oh, he's telling me about the first time you ordered a shirt online. What kind of weird... His unique fashion sense was eclectic in more than one way. Finding out how he filled out his wardrobe answered some of your questions about his look. He smiled fond in remembrance. You're the ring bearer? I was asked to, but you want to be comfy? Yes. Oh wait, British? British. It's Tuesday, innit? Water. I measured myself multiple times. It sounds a little southern. I measured myself I can't do British right now. I wasn't prepared. I measured myself multiple times to make sure I could order the correct size. It wasn't as if I'd be able to ship it back. It wasn't as if I'd be able to ship it back if there were problems. I can't do British right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. God. They're old convention friends, so they know you more in drag than out. But to make a long story short, it arrived in one piece, multiple months later. At that point, I wasn't going to complain. It was a physical object in my hands. I'm trying, guys. I need like a minute to get into this British voice. He gestured with his arms for emphasis. As he did, Baxter glanced at his wrist, at a watch that wasn't there. You gotta pronounce all the diphthongs as monophthongs? I don't know what either of those words mean. Anyway, I hope I'm not taking too much of your time with this. You had a few chores to do, but you were generally free. You weren't worried about it, and you shook your head. Baxter eased back and returned to chatting. The two of you meandered around the neighborhood, aimlessly walking as you talked. I saw Cove earlier. He was on his way to work. He was on his way to work. From what I gathered in a brief chat and from how he was dressed, I can't do English. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, he's working as a server at the tropical place. These accents are killing you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It fits him. He's lucky he found such a nice gig in this town. Cole likes having his mornings and early afternoons free, so he always takes the later shifts. Since you are free, perhaps we could do better than standing here. I'd be delighted to invite you over to my condo to chat more comfortably. Baxter's condo? You lived on this street your entire life, but had never actually been inside. You were curious about it. I'll go. I thought you could never ask. You nodded, so you shook your head at the idea. That sounds lovely. But I'll need to leave before this evening. I have plans to visit Cove at his work, too. So, we have to make this a quickie. Of course, I wouldn't presume to keep you. He made a grand sweeping gesture, directed his place, and led the short walk over. A BL game with no sexy times? I mean, technically this isn't a BL game. But, I don't care, it's my favorite game. You followed beside him, stopping when you reached his front door. He opened it for you and welcomed you inside. It was a familiar threshold from your childhood. You couldn't help having a slight shiver up your spine as you thought of this condo's previous residence. You took a quick breath as you cautiously stepped into the condo. The first thing you noticed was just how unexpectedly nice and sleek it was. It was also cleaned and smelled faintly like some sort of unidentifiable air freshener. You had to wonder how much of this was due to whoever rented it out, the former residence or the current one. Regardless of the pleasant presentation, you were on edge. You couldn't help but stay on guard, as if mean, not grandparents might jump out to yell at you at any moment. Baxter noticed something of your discomfort and raised an eyebrow. Is everything alright? I've never seen the inside of this condo.
Really?
Oh. You seem genuinely surprised. The former neighbors never had you over for tea? Sounds out of character for this street. You laughed at the thought of the prior visitors willingly being in the same space as you. Oops, I skipped a line. Definitely not. This was the mean old people's house. They weren't exactly nice to kids. You can feel female, but you'd feel weird playing as a girl? Interesting. A set of jadeite bowls. Don't go misgendering people in the chat, Jermel. Let's see. My cousin's getting married next month. Before that, his life was a painful love triangle soap opera. Girl, good for him. Good for him and his soap opera life. You played it like a girl. It was kind of nice. You like how Baxter's voice is deep as hell, then Kuro is like 2 octaves above. I'm sorry. We can drop the British voice and we can do, hey, I'm Baxter. I ordered some shirts online. We can do that. The condo looks cute. B bathroom break. Good thing you can be non-binary. Okay. Well, it's we've all learned a little bit in the chat today. Anyway, where was I? They'd be appalled to know I was in here. This is amazing. I can't believe I'm actually inside. Baxter's smile was curled as he ushered you the rest of the way inside and closed his door. I would like to hear more about this. Is that good for you guys? Do you like that? I would like to hear more about this. Sounds like there's a story here. He sat on his sofa, first sitting properly before readjusting his position to a comfortably forward crouch. He waved his hands forward toward his furniture, an invitation to take a seat yourself. So you sat on this couch beside him. You sprawled on the other half of his couch. You took a seat on the nearby chair. You continued standing. Oh, we can sit on the couch beside him. You took the other half of his couch and slowly lowered yourself down. It was not as comfortable as your own couch at home, but it wasn't bad. You turned yourself slightly so it would be easier to talk to Baxter. His head tilted to face you as well. I know we shouldn't be doing this, but Cove will never find out. So you want to hear about the me, not grandparents?
Absolutely.
My ears are open. Wait, no, I read that not British.
Absolutely.
I read that not British. I have to do that again. My ears are open. Ears. That's ears. 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 You began to give him the rundown of your past neighbors, explaining how they didn't like children and had a reputation among you and the other kids for being nasty. I wish I had more exciting stories, honestly. I think the most memorable thing was when I almost ding-dong ditched them. Please don't cheat, Kuro. But Cove would never know. Ooh. Bet Baxter's buff under those clothes. My sister Lizzie wanted me to do it, but I didn't. But neither did she. So it's fair. Baxter chuckled at your non-prank story. Sounds like you. The two of you continued to chat until the sun started hanging lower in the sky. It could be seen falling through his large windows. You stood up when it was time to go, and Baxter led you to the door. I think I'm actually going on an outing to town myself. It's a good night for exploring. You nodded as you stepped outside. Bye, see you later. Thanks for having me over. Have a nice time, I said in a sultry voice. Goodbye, Joseph. You parted in good spirits and walked off. Not the ooh-woo, Kuro. Ooh-woo. You entered your house and got yourself ready to visit Cove. You were definitely looking forward to seeing him. Lately, Cove had been working more often. You rarely saw him during his shift for obvious reasons. He was busy. That was why it had been a surprise when Cove asked you to swing by. Maybe Cove was also thinking about how much his job had impacted how often you saw each other. You grabbed the keys to your family car to drive there. You started to walk to Cove's job. Why would I walk there? You made sure you had your wallet too before you left the house. You climbed into the well-worn car. We don't need to text him. He can be a surprise. You felt a burst of energy from the music. Finally ready, you started the short trip. We didn't betray our husband, all is well? Yeah, I guess. Soon enough, you reached the parking lot of the tropical restaurant. You headed right inside. There was a small jingling of a bell as the front door closed behind you. It alerted the employees of your arrival. And you scanned the lobby for a tall, green-haired waiter. You saw a flash of movement and stepped to the side so you could see the back corner better. With the better angle, Cove was easy to spot. He was cleaning the table of some customers who must have just left. Oh my god, guys. Who doesn't want to just sexually accost him right now? Would he just come up from behind him, stick her hand between his legs, grab his crotch? Oh my gosh. Right? Goodness. With a better angle, Cove is easy. I already read that. He instinctively looked up from the stack of dishes at the sound of someone approaching. Cove met your eyes with a welcome smile when he realized who it was.
Thanks.
Let's invite Derek to the Poly. I'm sorry, I would not invite Derek to the Poly. I don't like him. Like, I saw his step 4 look, and I don't like it. I'm sorry. Hi, Joseph. Thanks for coming. Of course. How's it going? Making good money? Cove laughed quietly, his eyes alight with past bemusement. I don't really like, you know, those big muscle bodies. I like those twink bodies or those thin, lean bodies. You know? Or maybe just a little bit toned like Cove is, but nothing too big. Cove laughed quietly. I already read that. You should have seen it. When I got here earlier, there was a huge fight going on with the schedule. I just try to stay out of it. I was lucky no one else wants to close. It's not something I've got to defend. Some shifts are way too competitive. He shook his head at the memory. You wondered how the shifts had been sorted out in the end. He didn't bother to elaborate further on his workplace drama. Anyways, yeah, it's fine. That was the most exciting today got. 13-year-old Derek, yes. 18-year-old Derek's fugly. 13-year-old Derek was a baby. No Bara for Kuro. Sexy waiter boyfriend. Well, someone likes Bara. You're free to like Bara. No one can take that away from you. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with all that. Good thing you weren't dragged into that problem. Now I'm worried what it's going to be like when I get a job. You decided not to comment on it. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. It sounds stressful. In that case, you do not want to know about how hard it was for Tim to get off early to go to a concert he mentioned months ago. He scratched the back of his neck as he stared into the middle distance. He had seen things.
Oh.
Cove's eyes grew wide and then drifted off. His mind was clearly elsewhere. Who doesn't love big things? I mean, we all love a big D. Bara, best part of BL, it's true. Well, see, we got a little Bara versus no Bara competition in chat here. Little debate. Speaking of work, I've got to get back to it. That's what I'm doing right now. Femboys! I hate femboys. I like twinks. I love twinks. But I hate femboys. Oh my god. He laughed at how easily your presence made him forget the situation at hand. Take a seat somewhere over here. That's my area. I'll be back to take your order after I finish that other table. It won't be long. You like dad bods? Oh no. With that, he gave you a sunny nod and readjusted his apron. No problem. I can be alone for a few minutes. You chose the table closest to the one Cove was clearing. No, just right next to Cove. You sat near Cove as he worked. He acknowledged you with a look, but stayed focused on his task. You watched him do his work, and you also pulled out your phone to help pass the time. As promised, Cove swung by again. He stood up straight, the task that had been at hand completed. He took your order with a grin and jotted it down neatly. Since you had a moment together, you struck up a new conversation. Bars will just take rights. How is it like working here? So, do people hit on you while you're working? Ooh, I don't know, 2 or 3. So do people hit on you while you're working? You leaned forward towards him, watching for his reaction. He stuttered in bashful confusion. Don't lie to me, Cove. I know they do.
What?
I don't know. How would I even tell? I swear to God. Oh my god. You're gonna get the cane tonight, Cove. He ducked his face down and you tried not to laugh. Cove could be very dense when it came to that. He took a second to think, and when he raised his head, he was suddenly smirking. I mean, I may not know if people have flirted with me exactly, but there are a few people who sort of shot past that. I've had requests to just directly be somebody's new boyfriend and some other stuff that was weirder. Does that count? Who wanted you to be their new boyfriend? I need names, Co. I need an FBI profile. You couldn't stop yourself from laughing? You were annoyed to hear it went that far? What kind of weirder stuff? I'm not telling. Dang. Cove chuckled at your reaction. Oh, actually, You were suddenly reminded of your afternoon adventure at Baxter's place. Remember that mean not grandparents I saw inside their home?
What?
Really? He looked amazed, like he was just barely containing himself from peppering you with questions. Suddenly a thought hit him like a brick. Wait. He settled down immediately. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. The new person staying there is really, welcoming. You have no idea how welcoming he is, Cove. The things that we did together. Someone called out for his server. Cove turned his head without pause and gave them his best service smile. He nodded at you and then headed over. You watched as he got the other table a round of refills. It was a shame your conversations were so brief, but what else could you expect when he was on the clock? Seeing Cove acting so mature was different. He was like a real adult, giving service with a grin. At least, when you remembered he was supposed to be working, oh, you know he's always servicing me with a grin. Ugh. Felt a bit awkward, you were sad. Found it hard to believe his crybaby self had come so far. You remember when Cove would cry at the drop of a hat? Well, he wasn't being, bluntly cold. He still cried. Wait, was that a sentence? Well, when he wasn't being bluntly cold. Yeah. He still cried easily now, but it was different. He'd grown up and gotten more independent. Cove was really starting to make it in this adult world. It was almost unreal. When did it happen? Cove eventually returned to you with your drink, and then your food. He stole little moments with you, quick conversations and smiles. You watched him work. He took orders, cleaned tables, and delivered food in a very professional manner. He was always on his feet and rarely stopped moving. We flirted with others in front of him. I don't think he'd do that to us. Well, he can't even tell when we're flirting. He's a big dummy. After you finished eating and paid, a few large groups started to flood the restaurant. Some seemed like regular tourists, but there was also a group of 12 carrying in birthday presents. As Cove looked like he was about to be very busy, you decided it was time to head out. You scooted your chair back and started to walk towards the doors. He frowned when he saw you leaving, but then switched right back to a smile. He gave a quick wave before turning back to his bustling tables. You grinned, you sighed, you shrugged, you grinned. You felt buoyed to see Cove for a little bit. Word to say you ambled back outside into the shopping area. The evening sun was warm on your skin while you were taking the trip back home. You heard the quiet jingle of your phone and stopped on the sidewalk. Then you pulled it out to check. It was from Mom. Would you mind... I'm sorry. Wait, which one is Mom? Mom's the well, no, Mom's the one with the higher voice, right? I think. Would you mind stopping by the grocery store on your way home to pick up some asparagus and peppers for dinner tomorrow? Can't make it myself. Deadlines are tight right now. Thank you and have a great day. You sighed, you shook your head, you shrugged. Oh, sorry. The request could have been worse, so it's still just another thing piled on your plate. Your limbs instantaneously felt heavier and lethargic. You got a few customers that you hate to see go but love watching them leave? Oh my. After taking a couple deep breaths, you sent back a simple response. Okay. You weren't expecting her to text back anytime soon, though you did already get a thanks for it. Your phone remained grasped in your hand as you grew lost in your thoughts. Everyone was busy working nowadays. The only other person who wasn't was Liz, and you had no idea how long before that changed. You were glad, it was frustrating, you were terrified. I know, right? It's terrifying. The inevitability sat on your chest like a crushing weight. You weren't sure how to even overcome it. The rest of your life was waiting ahead of you. You knew that. You imagined you'd likely end up trying out several jobs, but before any of that could happen, you needed to take that first step. You sighed. It always felt too big, though. You wondered if it was like that for everyone. You were still inside your head when another message came through. Looking at your phone, you saw that it was Cove this time. Can we hang out again? After I close at work this time. I could come to your house or something. Why are you even asking? You can just come over whenever you want. Yeah. A fond smile tugged at the corner of your mouth when the next message arrived immediately. Awesome, thanks. Oh my god, I want someone to hang out with. Oh my god. Not even necessarily a boyfriend, although that would be nice. Just a friend even. I don't have any friends anymore. Oh my god. My life. I want someone to just message me and be like, you want to hang out? That'd be nice. That would help my depression. Whatever. You were struck with an idea as your fingers hovered to reply. You already agreed to run by the store today. You can meet Cove in town. Actually, I'll meet you at work when you're done. I have to stay out running an errand anyways. Cool. I'll be here, obviously. See you later. Aww, colon, close parentheses. You finally put your phone away. You realize that you may not have enough to get to the store and back before Cove is off. You need to return to the tropical place first. Why are we walking around anyhow? Literally, didn't we take the car to Cove's restaurant? Why are we walking? Whatever. But what was done was done. To fill the little gap of space in between your new plans, you decided to sneak Cove more texts while he was working. Yeah, we can sneak him more texts. Can I come hang out with you? Of course you can. Same, Kuro. Same. You want that? I'll be your friend. The cooties killed off hanging with your friends. We still talk all night when you're at work. There was always a chance that he wouldn't respond until later, but he already messaged you before. It could be okay to keep going. You found a way to change the subject and waited to see what he'd do. Delighted, the jingling in your hands signaled he took the bait. You carefully continued your walk down the path, hand glued to your phone, and a happy pep in your step. Pep in my step. Cove texted as frequently as you imagined he could while still on the clock, telling you all about the various people he had to interact with today. Your childhood friend and you are flirting, I guess, and almost dating. Is it a he? Just ask him out. Is it a her? Just ask her out. Just ask them out. Gosh, don't keep yourself in this flirting stage. You said that last time too. A couple months ago, I think. You said like, oh, we're flirting. It's like you're still flirting? Come on, upgrade the relationship. You have no friends, you're with your cat all the time, you need someone like Cove in your life. You need a partner or friend to hang out with, literally lost all your friends and have yet to meet or talk to people at college. Before the first part of the night was over with, it was nearing the end of Cove's shift. Luckily, you were almost back by then. As you approached the restaurant building, you noticed a figure out front. It was Cove. His silhouette was instantly recognizable to you, even in the dim light of the parking lot. You guess you did say that? Yeah, you did. Yeah. You could see he was smiling eagerly as he got closer. You'd been waiting for this. You shot him a smile in return, you waved, you ran up to hug him. Oh, you can hug him. You bounded through the final steps to reach Cove and took him into your arms. He wasn't fazed, simply wrapping you in an embrace of his own. We meet again. Hi, Joseph. His initial excitement at your arrival deflated quickly. Cove stopped being able to meet your eyes as he spoke more.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for earlier. When you were visiting, it wasn't very exciting, was it? I hope I wasn't wasting your time. I figured we wouldn't be chatting much while you're working. Cove, it's never a waste to see you. It did feel kind of pointless, oh my lord. Why did you want me to come in the first place? Yeah, sure. The line of Cove's frown deepened, then he continued his thought. Did you want me to see you while you were working, while you were being a man? It's just with all the shifts I've been doing lately, I wanted you to have you around some more. That's really all. It was just to make my day better. But it's not like working has to be a good time. There's better things you could be doing than watching me do stuff at a distance. That's okay, there's nothing wrong. Thanks for talking. What a precious man you are. You're at home all the time alone in your room, makes you depressed, but nobody really knows that. Joseph. Cove dramatically scrunched his face at your embarrassing praise of him. You did your best to hide your prior unhappiness and gave Cove a smile. It didn't pass by Cove, unfortunately.
Are you okay?
Are you alright? I'm fine. I'm not fine, actually, Cove. Me behind the screen, the real me, the real Joseph, I'm not fine. Can you help me out? He shot back sternly. No, you're not. Oh my god, how did he know? How did he know I wasn't fine? How did he know that? It's not anything you did to me. I get what you were trying to do. Then what is it actually? Your shoulders slumped. He clearly wasn't going to let it go. I have been thinking about how I don't have a way to support myself. Can you just be my sugar daddy, Cove? If not, I have to move on to Baxter. I'm sorry it has to be this way. Oh yeah. When he began to speak once more, his words were crushingly soft, almost a whisper. You're sorry about that? You feel so lonely you took a risk and invited a person? What do you mean you invited a person? You mean you invited a friend over to hang out? What do you mean a person? Person is such a weird word to use here. Did you know them beforehand? Or is that like your first meeting? Person is just such a weird term to use. All of this is really hard. I don't know what to do to make it okay. Once you get your second shot, you're downloading all your hookup apps again. Nobody could make that never be a problem. Oops. Nobody could make that never be a problem again, not even you. Wait, what did I say? Let's see, when he gets to use words of crushing... Okay, I see. He managed a meek smile. I could still try. We'll both try and hopefully we'll make it work. Or not even hopefully, we just will. We only don't know how yet. His attempt at encouragement was nice, even if you weren't sure how confident you were still. Thanks, Cove.
You're welcome.
Cove reached out for you and you leaned into it. He held you gently against him as you relaxed against his body. It was comforting. Nope, a random cross-dresser from a Facebook group. Interesting. What did you guys do? What was that errand you talked about before? Are you still doing that? Yeah. You should come with me. Come with me to run this errand for my mom's. It was late and you knew that Cove wanted to go home, but admittedly you wanted company. He eased that concern by smiling softly. Sure, yeah. I can go shopping with you. Aw, aren't you tired though? It's nice of you to do this.
Not really.
You had to wake up for this? Loser. Not really. I like spending time with you. Thanks. I like that too. Imagine showing up to a stream 30 minutes before the streamer gets there. Moments later, Cove had his things together, and we're both ready to swing by the store. Wait, Cove had his things together, and we're both... Something feels wrong about that sentence. I just woke up so... I was so tired. You see, if I really planned to get up at that time, I should have went to bed earlier. I went to bed at like 1 a.m., which is extremely late for me. I almost never do that. I usually go to bed at like 11:30. So I was too tired to come at 7. You pulled into one of the many free parking spots at the neighborhood 24-hour grocery store. You waved at Cove when he parked next to you. There was a salty smell in the air as the two of you strolled through the dim parking lot. The local burger joint on the other side of the pavement guaranteed the place always smelled like fries. Your eyes squinted at the change of lighting when you made it inside the building. The automatic doors shut behind you, with you truly having arrived. Cove raised his brow curiously.
So?
So, what are we here for again? You're only 5 minutes early? Okay. You literally set the live stream 30 minutes earlier. You should have predicted that obviously I was going to be too tired to get here on time. Obviously. So, I already read that. Asparagus and peppers. It's for something my moms are making tomorrow. Sounds good. This'll be a short trip. Uh-huh. You idly scanned the front room for a basket you could use. A full cart wasn't necessary. You felt responsible, you were already looking forward, it was overwhelming, you couldn't stand the thought of making it longer. Yeah, I guess I'll look forward to it. You'd make sure the ingredients you selected were divine. You spotted baskets and caught a glimpse of Cove's full appearance while looking down to pick up one. It's kinda weird to see you dressed in a uniform in a different store. Cove snickered while sliding up beside you.
Right?
It's like I'm wearing a costume after Halloween is over. But I just hope no one thinks I work here. The uniform is totally different, but you never know. Basket in hand, you ambled through the vegetable section. It was set near the back, but visible right from the entrance. Cove matched your pace, keeping at your side. 5 minutes earlier than the set time. Oh, or why am I rereading that? Is he going around in his work uniform? Yeah, you didn't miss anything. The asparagus was simple enough to select. You simply picked up a bundle that looked fresh. All that was left was the peppers. There was a wrinkle in that plan. What color did they want? She didn't say. Then what are we gonna do? The color definitely matters. We'll have to get one of every color. He nodded, satisfied with your solution. I was thinking the same thing. So you and Cove meticulously went down the row of pepper palettes. Green, yellow, red, orange, and even a couple of multicolored peppers got placed in the basket. You worked as a team to be certain nothing was missed. Produce acquired, all that was left was to go through the line, but as you approached the cash registers, Cove stopped in his tracks. Oh, while we're here, I want to get something too. I need fruit for breakfast tomorrow. But what should I have? He glanced back, unsure at the section you just left. Whatever it is, you better hurry. Cove, you had plenty of time... Cove, you had plenty of time to get your fruit while I was collecting the peppers. You're going home without any fruit, and you're gonna like it. Oh my god. I can go back to look it with you. Oh my god. Dude, Cove, you had plenty of time. Oh my god, what if I say that? Oh my god, I don't want to say it. Oh, should I say it? Oh no. Oh no. Oops, wrong button. Cove's head dropped like a scolded child. Oh my god. I didn't think of it then. Why are you being so cruel to him? Joseph! That was his only defense for himself, but he lifted his gaze to meet your eyes. You can still go. I'll meet you back here before you're through. Oh my god, no, let's roll back. Oh my god. I can go look back with you. That coaxed a small smile from Cove. His tension eased.
Sorry.
Thanks, Joseph. And sorry. It's fine. We can take a little more time to do this. I don't have anything important to do. It's not like I picked another worse option just a second ago. Cove gratefully led you back to the fruit stands. He let his eyes wander across all the options, seriously considering his decision. Huh? Not bothering to rush, he walked up and down the produce aisle for the second time that trip. Finally, something caught his attention. Transparent cases containing fresh blueberries. Cove grins. That's it. It'll be perfect for tomorrow. Great. Despite the suddenness of how it happened, you were genuinely glad Cove was able to get something nice for himself during the visit to the store. It made the trip even more worthwhile. Cove carried his food himself, and the two of you went back to get a spot in line. After that, you completed separate orders for what you were getting. The produce was packed into paper bags. There was one for you and Cove. You both had what you needed in hand. The errand was finished. You walked across the length of the store to reach the doors closest to where you had parked. You and Cove stepped back into the night. Cove literally swung his bag back and forth in his grip, and you peered, squinting into the dark parking lot. He smiled, a gentle expression on his lips. Thanks for inviting me to the grocery store. You don't have to thank me. Thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for keeping me company. You're welcome. We should do this again. After a moment of walking further into the parking lot, he sighed mildly. As nice as Cove was about this, he had to be tired after working a full shift. It's been a long day. Yeah. That very brief exchange really summed it up. Cove shook his head to himself, bemusement replacing his worn-down expression. When did a busy day go from having way too many ways we wanted to play, or having some extra homework, to having to spend all day at a job and then running errands after? I don't know, but it sucks. That's fair. Cove's eyes narrowed as his mouth opened slightly. He was having a thought. Let's stick our fingers in his mouth.
I think?
Your moms need this stuff for tomorrow's dinner, not tonight, right? Uh-huh. And nothing's frozen, so you don't need to get it home urgently or anything. Would you want to go across the parking lot to that fast food place? We could get something. You know, it's still open. Doesn't matter how late it is. It might be nice. You perked up with the suggestion. It sounded like fun. You started speed-walking towards it. Cove had to jog after you until he caught up. He chuckled and then raised his bag of groceries. Maybe we should deal with these first. Oh, right. Let's drop the groceries off, then we can go. You agreed, and Cove strolled over to the cars, buoyed at the thought of something to look forward to. If you play your cards right, you can stick your fingers in his mouth later. Hell yeah. You turned off the sound for some reason? Oh, you mean because you were waiting for me to, this was before the stream started. Well, glad you're here now. He placed his bag in the back of the car and walked over while you finished putting up your groceries. With the groceries taken care of, it was a short walk to the burger joint. There were 3 cars lined up in the drive-thru, which wasn't too bad. You had to go all the way around the building to get into the front entrance. But soon you were under another set of bright fluorescent lights. Luckily there was no line inside the building, so you stepped right up to the counter. You glanced over the menu. You remembered eating here before with Cove, back when Kyra had taken you both years ago. The menu looked pretty much the same from what you could remember. It was missing the mozzarella sticks, but most of the other items were familiar. What kind of annoying voice should I give the cashier? Hello? What would you like to order? Yes, hello. I would like one of everything on your dessert menu. Are you serious? He brushed a hand against the back of his head, and his polite smile for the employee bent. Mom rubbed off on me. He was reminiscing on that visit too. Just as Baka King? Yeah? I guess so. After the cashier made sure Cove was being serious, it was your time to order. Yeah, you got a vegan veggie burger. I don't really like fast food in general. Like, if I had a choice, I wouldn't have come here. But, you know, give me the onion rings, give me the jalapeno poppers, and I'm out. You wrapped up the ordering process, paid the number 264, or got the number 264, then claimed a table. You sat down across from Cove in a booth where you had a good view of the front counter. It was nice to have the pick of the place. Cove is going to be a fatty, good for him. Oh my gosh. Thanks for doing this. I'm looking forward to this. Too bad mozzarella sticks are gone. I'm not worried. You're gonna finish all of that. Too bad the mozzarella sticks are gone. Oh, I didn't even notice. I wonder when they got rid of them. But neither of you had an answer to that question. Then you took out your phone to text your moms about your delay home. You didn't want to worry them. Cove watched you before pulling out his phone as well. Maybe for the same reason you did. When the updates were sent, it was back to just being you and your neighbor once more. He offered you a small smile. We're more than just neighbors, excuse you. I've missed you, even if you weren't ever really gone. It's been less time than I'm accustomed to. Cove, don't get me aroused at a restaurant in public. Cove tapped his fist on the table definitively. He paired that action with a childish pout. If someone saw him like that, they might have assumed he was throwing a fit over not getting a toy that came with a kid's meal. Feel the same way. We demand more time with each other. You're really cute. Thanks. Oh, Cove. Come on, unzip your pants. No one will ever see. No one's looking. This place is totally empty. He beamed at you sincerely, a ray of sunshine in this late-night food trip. When the number was called, Cove hopped up from his seat before you could react.
Don't worry about it.
I've got it. Save our spot. Alright, I'm helping get that. You're not in agreement. Alright, see you. You stayed in the booth and got situated for the arrival of all that stuff. You checked over the table and moved your phone to the side to make sure there was a clear space. Cove returned with a single tray, mostly consisting of his sugar-laden order. He was happy as he set it down on the table. I'm back. And that's gonna be the last time I'm serving food to anyone today. He smirked and you snickered. It made a lot of sense. He was the one who got it. He was a professional. Thanks, I appreciate having the nice sit-down restaurant experience. It's no problem. Aw, Covey. Alright. Cove didn't hesitate before digging in. He took a large bite of his cookie and immediately sipped on his milkshake. That's everything on the dessert menu? It's one pie and a sundae. And there's no cookie. I don't know about this. Well, is that a milkshake, not a sundae? No, that looks like a sundae. He might have also gotten a milkshake, but it's not on here. Anyway. Oh, there's his milkshake. Hello. It just materialized. Then he took a spoon and sampled his sundae with an approving hum. I guess the cookie's already down his throat. It just slipped right down his throat. He didn't even chew. Then he took a spoon, sampled his sundae with an approving hum. Where does other arm go? You know, I was looking at the picture and wondering that myself. You see, he could just be holding his arm behind himself, but the question would be, why? It's a little strange. Yeah, it's a little strange. I don't get it. I don't get it. His eyes are a little off, but we need to accept that this is our man. We need to accept that this is our man, okay? You guys need to stop calling him out. You guys need to stop calling him out for his funky eyes or his missing arm, okay? We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. He made an attempt to follow that up with a bite of apple pie as well, but bailed with a distressed look on his face. You tilted your head in a silent question. Hot. Oh god, look at your face, Cove. Oh no. Oh my, okay, so we can't not make fun of him now. Okay, yeah, so we can't not make fun of him now. Yeah, so this is happening. This is happening right now. This is, oh no. Yeah, what is going on here with this face? You know, it would help if we could actually see the milkshake. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't want to draw it, I guess. They didn't want to draw the milkshake or his arm. That's what they didn't want to do. I don't know about this. Anyway, take a look at this. I have to take care of my dog right now. It's not my dog. It's not my dog. Let's be clear. This is my mom's dog. She walked in to tell me to take care of it because she's going somewhere. Anyway. Let's see. Alright, so, with this out of the way, let's just pretend his arm is there. Let's pretend the milkshake, he's drinking it. He switched back to the milkshake, taking a dedicated slurp. Cove sighed at the cool relief it brought. I don't get it. So, like, are you a stand user? Is that how you're making your arm invisible and the milkshake invisible? I don't know. You also started to taste yours. It really wasn't bad. In only a minute, Cove's cookie was gone. You wouldn't be surprised if the milkshake wasn't far behind. You smiled as he enjoyed himself. You flickered a straw wrapper at Cove. You teasingly offered to feed him his remaining treats. Alright, Cove. You're looking a little derpy, but, you know, open wide for Papa. Do you want me to feed you? You picked up a pie. You scooped up some of his ice cream sundae on your finger. Go cross-eyed for me again, baby. You started choking on his milkshake and coughed. He sputtered ungracefully, trying to explain himself.
Sorry.
Cove's secret JoJo confirmed, yeah. I just watched that episode about the baby that could turn itself invisible in part 4. I'm fine, I'm fine. Well, I just technically watched a reaction. Someone reacted to that episode. He shuddered more, showing just how fine he was with it. Oh god, they're going cross-eyed again. When he finally stopped hacking, he took a deep, heavy breath. You thought it was a joke, but you were serious about putting your finger in his mouth. Oh my god, you're right, you did say that. Oh my god. I can't believe it. It's okay. What? You had no idea if he wanted ice cream or not, or if he was just saying things were okay in general. Your inquisitive Loki blushed and dropped his gaze on the floor. A pause, then he looked back up to stare at your finger. The ice cream was starting to melt. A white drop splattered down to the table, but you wanted to give him a chance, so you didn't move. Cove gripped the table's edge and nodded. It's okay. This time you knew what he meant. He was serious. Cove cautiously leaned over and you felt tingly as he brought his mouth to your finger. He put his lips around your fingertip and you got goosebumps at the touch. He dragged his lips over the tip until there was nothing left on it. Your face had to have risen several degrees. You would probably need something cold of your own after this. When he let go, Cove looked up at you, his own cheeks flushed. He had a trembling smile. Yeah, I can see that smile, Covey. Was that good? He then abruptly smacked his hand on the tabletop and turned his head to the side. I mean, that was good. The sundae was good. Thank you. You cackled, amazed at Cove's reaction.
Oh my god.
He robotically grabbed his milkshake with one arm and started drinking it. His eyes anywhere but on you. After a few large gulps, he started to calm down and gave you a shaky grin. It helped settle you. You felt so glad Cove agreed to come along with you on the initial grocery trip and equally happy you accepted his invitation here. We're gonna smash in the nasty-ass bathroom later? Oh my god. A little time off your feet, a little something to eat. You felt more energized than before. You continued to chat, mess around and laugh and enjoy yourselves. For the first time that night, you felt like you weren't totally grown up after all. Alright, that moment was not very long compared to the last one.